marketing is 80% of the job of having a business. And you didn't know that when you signed up for this. I didn't know it either. The difference is that once I'd made that commitment, I was willing to see it all the way through to the end of the 4-year finish line. And so I ended up learning all of the marketing skills that I needed to learn. I ended up becoming the whole marketing team and doing 4 people's jobs for several years because I was like, I'm here, I've made this commitment to myself, and I'm on the road, you know. And I also had that opportunity cost, like the sunken opportunity cost kind of fallacy in my mind where I was like, I've already given so much of my time to this, you know, if I stop now, like it will have all been for nothing. If I just keep going, like I'll get there eventually, should just keep going. And eventually I arrived at a place where I made some really great financial decisions for myself. I spent a lot of 2023 torturing myself, wondering if I had made the right decisions, wondering if I had betrayed my own authenticity, because the majority of the world didn't know why I did this. People probably thought that my intention from the very beginning was to build a coaching business or be a coach or be some kind of like, I don't know, whatever it is that you think I do. Everyone has a different perception and projection about who they think I am and what they think I do and why I do it. And I got to the point where I realized that people saw me differently to how I saw myself because of the outward image of the business that I had built. And that my business wasn't necessarily a true reflection of my deepest, most core self. And that's not to say that it was inauthentic or that it was a lie. I don't think that I'm capable of doing something that's inauthentic. I think that in a world governed by capitalism, that what I built was the closest thing to what I could ever do and make money in a way that is aligned to who I am, my gifts, and what is meaningful to me. If there was a more aligned way, I would have found it and I would have done it. But that question, wondering if I was inauthentic, wondering if I had somehow compromised or prostituted myself in some way, that drove me crazy for so much of last year. I really questioned myself, you know, like, should I have done this? Should I have built this business? People don't see me. People don't even know me. People don't know what I really care about. I remember there were times when people would respond to certain stories on Instagram or people would comment on ads and, you know, they would just comment their projections, right? And that's what happens when you have a lot of visibility. People will just say what they think and they don't actually know you. People don't know that I'm an activist. People don't know that the art that I want to make is for the greater good of humanity, that I want to completely transform and influence the shape of media for people to wake up and transform and heal. And that I think that the greatest impact that I could possibly have in this world is through storytelling at a global scale. People don't know that I want to do social impact projects in underdeveloped regions and countries. People don't know any of that about me. People just lumped me into this category with every other business coach and entrepreneur that was driven by money, because how could they possibly know? I never told them. And so for such a long time, I sat there in the pain of feeling like people didn't really know who I was and why I was doing anything for the greater vision of what I had to somehow progress further. And I finally arrived here. And it is so, so therapeutic to be sharing this with you after all of this time. To finally be releasing this. And to give you the opportunity to get to know the real me and see who I really am. So I think a really good question is, would you do it all again? And the answer is yes. Because the truth is, I don't think that there's any way I would have been able to create an automated, systemized, scalable business that I could just run for 2 days a week without that business being my whole life. When you make the decision to build a business, you can't do it half-assed. It's not something that you can do on the side as a hobby. If you want it to truly work, you need to go all in for a solid amount of time. And for me, I gave it 110% 4 years straight. And I think that what I was able to accomplish in that time is pretty outstanding. I don't think that there's any way I could have done anything any differently to achieve a better result. Like I've said several times throughout this episode, there is always a trade-off. By scaling at this specific speed and level of aggression that I did, I achieved very specific things. And if I, quote, built a sustainable business and grew slower in a way that was maybe a little bit more aligned from the beginning, I wouldn't have the brand that I have today. I wouldn't have the network that I have today. To be honest with you, I probably wouldn't even have some of the friendships that I have today, which are one of the best things to have ever come out of this whole journey. Because of the brand that I built, I have an infinite sea of incredible opportunities that present themselves to me at any given time.